gets out his wand. I barely think there's time enough. I wonder how he'll pull it off. But wait, I have the news we dread. The head of this household is dead. Oh. An eminent doctor has been called, but it is to no avail.
I am a doctor of renown. I care for the wealthy in this town. The poor must do the best they can because I am a gentleman. Children of today have medicines that taste okay. If you give them nasty pedals, they'll teach them to get ill. Mix some slugs with creepy crawlies and boiled toads and broccoli. A little sprinkle of worms besides. That's the thing that I prescribe. As for kids who pick their noses and wipe their snot upon their sleeveys, guess what I put in mine? They're gonna eat my bogies too. In the cause of medicine, my patients often wear so thin after I present my bills. That's the real start of their ills. So when a patient I must visit and offer him all sorts of physic, I can at once discern his fate. If he'd have to pay me, it's too late. So it is. He stopped his ticker. So I'd better call the vicar. He's gone and snuffed it, God rest his soul. I do so love a funeral. And afterwards at the wake, they offer delicious cake. And if a lifetime of wickedness turns into a good bequest, to the church in all its eminence, 'tis a pity they only die the once. And what good a splendid coffin, a plot of earth, a marble tombstone, a prayer or mass I'd rather sell, to keep a man's soul out of hell. I often think during the ovation, just before the benediction, when I look out at the mourners, black as such a slimming coat. A young man cut off in his prime leaves a widow before her time. To follow sadly behind his beard, he'd want someone to care for him. There is a special consolation to be found in our religion. It behoves a man of the cloth to comfort ladies in their lot. And rich widows I have found like a religious man around. And young ladies, I do believe, are very pretty when they grieve. If death brings to the church's arms a widow willing to donate alms, a prudent vicar should take care to be remembered in her prayer. Vicar, if you'll take my advice, I do not bother with this house. The two sisters that live within, ugliest things I ever seen. And that widow, I've my suspicions, won't be wearing black too often. But I'll leave you to decide when you know what he died. Like all medical men, I dream of finding something never seen. So my name lives on forever, like Crohn's or Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's even better if it's vile, suppurating pustules, weeping bile. Flesh that's covered in contusions, out of which the blood comes rushing.
But this man should deserve your grief. I'd say his death was a relief.
Oh, and if his end was truly gruesome, I could use it in my sermon. The prospect of an awful fate makes for a very heavy collection.
I studied all the works of Galen and Hippocrates to find these symptoms. I even searched beyond the shore the words of the Yellow Emperor. I've consulted Chinese pharmacists, spoken to morbid pathologists, with naturopaths and herbalists, even Lord help us, acupuncturists. But not Reiki or homeopathy, Bach, Alexander, or Gestalt therapy, natural remedies or phrenology, or even by charting his astrology. None of these offer anything to change my professional opinion. It happens quite often, I suspect. This poor man was nagged to death.
Poor Cinder's father, he has succumbed to a devil wrapped in woman's form. If you are ever as bad as that, watch out. You could end up with a rat. Good job this is only fiction. No nagging wives exist in person.
No.
It's right for women to insist on lives of matrimonial bliss. Husbands, just take my advice. If you want an easy life, from the day she dons your ring, your wife is right in everything. Do I hear the music playing? Do I hear the guests arriving? Cinders must curb her stepmom's malice. Let's join the guests outside the palace.
I've never had a winter ball before. Plenty of totty on this dance floor.
Yeah, I totally want to groove down or something. How can I talk proper with all this rhyming?
Let's post this up with the king. Oh, there's Chalmers. God, he's so dim. It's not even looking my way. I'll be so #sad for his name.
He's on that highwayman's side, I swear. I recognise him anywhere. So he's been so double-crossing us. I bet something's happened at the ball.
Remember, girls, smile for the telly. Give a wave to the paparazzi. Bring me a bit of kiss and telling. Lots of stories here for selling.
Prince, Prince! Over here, Princey!
Oh, if the prince won't be my partner, it'll be a dance disaster.
What's gone wrong?
Call Paris match and we'll flog it to France.
Is this an angel appearing this night? My heart is broken. It's love at first sight.
Is this my prince shining so bright? He's handsome and buff and a bit of all right.
Join me inside and we'll dance until morning.
I will dance with you till the day is dawning.
This girl can go far with the right manager. Do not let her leave without my number.
Sinners, the spell won't last until morning. Girls are hard work and this magic is wearing. You've got until midnight night to catch your Prince Charming. Then it's back to the rags and vermin.
Keep going.
So children, you all know this bit of the story. All eyes were upon them, a young couple in their glory. Dancing and prancing and shimmying rompers. Better than Jeanette and that bloke from EastEnders. Excuse me. Get out of it. Where was I? Where are they? They danced and lost track of time until the dread sound of the first midnight chime. Then cinders must away, the spell is breaking, and Charming is left with his poor heart aching.
Sorry about that. Don't worry. Poor old Harry lost his glove.
So the next day, he sets out to scour the kingdom. Whoever fits this slipper will be in possession of a ticket to the High Life, as his bride-to-be. But how will he find cinders? Let's wait and see. Shouldn't be too hard with a slipper the size of that.
Stop this now! I won't let this happen. If this panto continues, my plans will be ruined. I'll call the Department of Education. We'll see what they say about this situation.
Tis I! You may remember me, a scourge of teachers, an education secretary. This show stops right now. All stand to attention. I'm going to subject you to an Ofsted inspection. I won't have his foreignness. I'll stop it if I'm able. Cinderella is not British. It's a French fable. The performance is farce. They're reading their lines. Under exam conditions, that's cheating and a crime. Why is this creature not in school? What is she wearing? She should be in uniform and immersed in learning. You boy, stand up straight and pay attention, urchin. Don't dare to laugh or you'll get a birchin. Bring back the days of pots and tails when Tom Brown was in school and Rugger, hagging, and painting everyone who broke the rules, and slate and chalk and baggy pants, and remembering times tables, and teachers who were all called Sir, and spoke of cane and label, and tuck shots stocked to rot your teeth, gobstoppers that would last all week, and answering back would mean detention, writing Latin verb declensions. We want tales that are not English struck from the curriculum. We want British pantos with British values for everyone.
British values, or attack a pantomime with tradition in its sinews. I am St. George, the patron saint of all that's good and right, about these shores, and I'm a Palestinian knight.
The dragons that we fight today are not the scaly kind, but politics and interest, in whose dark webs we find fools and scoundrels, in support of those who cheat and lie, bonuses and handshakes of incompetence and guile. And pride and arrogance lead the deadly sins, gluttony and jealousy and love of worldly things, bankers and big business who ride over the masses, and international conglomerates who don't pay any taxes. We are not French, who spend their time debating philosophy, whilst living in mortal turpitude on the wrong side of the sea, or those scaly Scots who whined to get their referendum, then penny came and fled from being Bannock born again. Cinders is a moral tale, however bad the script. A tale of truth and honesty lies at the heart of it. That grace cannot be beaten by any act of wrong. So, take my sword! Or leave this hall. This show will go on.
A message has come through the mail from Mrs. Trellis of South Wales. So nice to have a family show, free from smutty innuendo. Our cast must rise to the occasion and can now release the tension. Our actors are starting to show their cracks. Touch wood, they'll make it to the climax.
Get on, get on, get on.
I drank so much my head's still spinning. But vodka makes a man more willing.
I dreamt the prince led me to bad habits, wriggling and writhing like rampant rabbits.
Quick, girls. I see the prince approaching. Time to administer my love potion.
Oh no, not them. Not these creatures. Their hooves will never fit in this slipper.
We've tried everywhere else in the nation. This is the last house, if I'm not mistaken.
This slipper fits. It's just my feet are sore. I'm still swollen from the night before.
It shrunk with all the tears I've shed. And so wanted us to wait.
Oh, this will hardly be the closing scene. Where's the girl of my dreams? Unhappily, I shall end my days living in sin on the highways.
Your Grace, you must be tired from searching. The day is long and the night is falling. Here, please take some wine.
I'm getting iron newt in gooseberry.
No.
What's this? You're trying to poison me? What? This must be cheap old plonk from Aldi. Not suited for a royal chap. Drink this yourself. I smell a rats.
Me love potion has backfired. I've been housed by my own petard. I know it is by no accident. Me heart has fallen for this road end. Oh, such furry ears. And splendid tail. Alas, it's to no avail. This rat will live life like a king. And I'll be a slave in everything. And as for my two ungrateful daughters, let them spend their days as paupers.
At last, a life of luxury and indolence has come to me. But noble prince, be good of cheer, there is another daughter here.
Who is this girl? I cannot know. And yet my heart is beating so. Could this creature of dirt and grime be that girl so sweet and fine?
My prince, the slipper that you bear, you will find. This makes it bad.
hide. Cinders, will you be my bride?
Throw my sisters out the door, and I'll be your forevermore.
Don't be so mean. It's just the hormones kicking in.
Please forgive the fool I've been. You've got the prince. I've only got him.
I can't believe it's worked so well. Rags to riches is a well-loved tale. We'll be in the pink and fill the coffers when we see what the papers offer.
Just do something about her dress. She'll scrub up all right, I guess. Better stick her in the bath before you pose for photographs.
So come and join us, one and all, for the great matrimonial.
And so it was that they were wed, and as the Daily Mail commented, it was the best wedding ever staged, despite the ugliest pair of bridesmaids. If we spirits have offended, we don't care, our tale is ended. If the jokes are wearing thin, it's your fault for letting us in. Soon we lowly players will wind our weary way back home. Remember, it's all for charity, so we hope you'll pop up willingly. Now to bless us one and all, Father Christmas is in the hall.
Here we go. Oh, look at these. Folks, Monsieur, ladies and gentlemen, have a very, very happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year to one and all. For the camera.